Hello everybody, and welcome to Ancient Architects. Please subscribe now to get the latest ancient history news and independent research from around the world. I haven't made a video specifically on the Hittites, but they were a powerful force of the ancient world, a kingdom of ancient Anatolia whose capital city was Hattusa. During the 18th Dynasty of Ancient Egyptian history, there was a Hittite king named Suppiluliuma I. His son was Mursilis II, originally chief of the Royal Bodyguards, but then he became king in his own right. Mursilis gives us a fascinating insight into a key period of ancient Egyptian history, the 18th Dynasty, because when he compiled his father's biography, he mentions a correspondence with a widowed Egyptian queen, who experts identify as Queen Ankhesenamun, the wife of the deceased boy king Tutankhamen. As you may already know, Ankhesenamun went on to marry I, the former vizier to King Tutankhamen, who went on to become the next pharaoh of the 18th dynasty. The biography of King Suppiluliuma, written by his son, is extremely eye-opening, because we learn that the widowed Queen of Egypt did not wish to marry I, and there is also a conspiracy that the future pharaoh I may have even murdered a Hittite prince on his way to the throne. The death of this prince led to huge hostilities between the Egyptians and the Hittites, a dispute that culminated with the 19th dynasty treaty that was signed by Ramesses the Great after the famous Battle of Kadesh. The biography written by the son of Suppiluliuma, as translated by Egyptologist Jenny Hill, reads as follows. While my father was in the country of Carchemish, he sent Luperkish and Teshub-Zalmash to the country of Amkar. They left. They ravaged the country of Amkar and brought back to my father prisoners and cattle large and small. When the people of Misra, which is an ancient word for Egypt, learned of the destruction of Amkar, they were afraid. For to make matters worse, their master Nibiruria, aka Tutankhamen, had just died. And the widowed Queen of Egypt sent an ambassador to my father and wrote to him in these terms. My husband is dead. I have no son. People say that you have many sons. If you send me one of your sons, he will become my husband, for it is repugnant to me to take one of my subjects as a husband. When my father learned this, he called together the Council of the Great, and he said, since the most ancient times, such a thing has never happened before. He decided to send Hattusa the Chamberlain, saying, go bring me information worth believing. They may try to deceive me, and it is possible that they may have a prince, so bring me back information I can believe. My father had instructed Hattusa when he went to the country of Egypt as follows. Perhaps they have a prince. They may try to deceive me and do not really want one of my sons to reign over them. The Egyptian queen answered my father in a letter in these words. Why do you say they are trying to deceive me? If I had a son, should I write to a foreign country in a manner humiliating to me and to my country? You do not believe me, and you even say so to me. He who was my husband is dead, and I have no son. Should I then perhaps take one of my servants and make him my husband? I have written to no other country. I have written to you. They say that you have many sons. Give me one of your sons, and he will be my husband and lord of the land of Egypt. Because my father was generous, he granted the lady's request and decided to send his son. So, as the biography says, the Hittite king was as good as his word, and we next learn that his son died before Ankhesenamun and the prince could marry. The Hittite archives hold a letter from Suppiluliuma to the pharaoh of Egypt, which we assume is Pharaoh I, which was written after the disappearance of the prince. It says, I was ready to send my son to be king, but you were already on the throne and I did not know. Concerning what you have written to me, that your son has died and I have not caused him any ill. When the Queen of Egypt wrote to me, you did not. But if you had ascended to the throne in the meanwhile, you should have sent my son back to his home. Your servant Hani holds us responsible. What have you done with my son? concerning the fact that no blood has been spilt between us before, the blood spilt since between us is not right. So, they're the words from the biography, and I believe that Pharaoh I had the Hittite prince murdered, so he could marry Ankhesenamun and take the throne of Egypt for himself. A plot that may have even began with the murder of Tutankhamen himself. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Ancient Architects. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to the channel, please like the video, and please leave a comment below. Thank you very much.